In part 3, we'll be finishing the totems, as well as working in all the sound effects. Well, my plan here for the totem is, you've seen me create it in DAZ 3D earlier with, it's made of 16 pieces of static mesh in the background here, as you can see, the skulls and bones. What I've done is I've created a BP here with 16 static meshes, and I'm just gonna build the totem, just input the static meshes here and build the totem, and my plan is to give it physics when it's destroyed, just like in the game, when you're done. Let me show you what I have going on with the totem just right off the bat here. So I've gone and created a little trigger box in front of it, and when Laurie Strode enters that, she's going to play that kneeling inspection animation. And after 3 seconds, we're going to simulate physics to everything. For right now, I just have it to static mesh 11, which is this skull right here. And after 3 seconds, it's just going to simulate physics, and let me show you what that means. It'll just represent like a cleansing totem animation, so she'll go up to it, and after 3 seconds it'll just simulate physics, and that'll be when the totem's done being cleansed. The whole thing will just simulate physics like that, and we'll have the candle light go out as well. So it's just a little, show you what the idea of what I have going on. Alright, so I've finished the totems here, and what I got going on is I just have a particle effect for the ashes, and a little point of light in the middle. And that point of light is just on a timeline, and the brightness is just going up and down repeatedly over and over again. And that just gives it kind of a glowing effect, having that go up and down, the brightness go up and down like that. So it looks pretty good too, especially with the light under it. Now it's finally come to life a little more. And so what I've done is basically when you're done cleansing it, it's just going to destroy that the fire, the spotlight, and the particle effect. And it's just going to simulate physics for everything. So let's get a nice big open screen here, and I can show you finally what I got going on. So she'll walk over to it, and she'll start the animation. And everything gets destroyed, and it sets to physics like that. And I'll go and plug in a sound effect really quick, so you can get a good feel of what it sounds like and looks like altogether. Alright, since I have the totem cleansing time at 3 seconds, I've gone and just created a 3-second audio of the cleansing totem sound effect. And I opened the Dead by Daylight audio files, and there's like, for the totem, it's not just one sound effect, there's like 30 different very small files, and I've kind of just compiled them into this 3-second audio of where it sounds like you're cleansing and then it's destroyed. Let's go and listen to it. And I'm just going to go and convert this and plug it right into the Unreal Engine. Alright, so I'm just going to go and plug this sound in really quick. And what I've also done is I've added a sound attenuation settings to the sound, which just basically gives it the sound radius and a kind of directional cue. Just like that. We'll go and do it again here. And that seems to be working great. This is actually one of the better things that turned out, I think, is this totem here. It's a little easier to do, and just looks good. And it's something that I created in DAZ Studio, just put together with some static objects that from some prop set or something like that. So really cool that I got to put that together myself a little, and that everything just worked out great like this. Alright, I've gone and basically finished up everything. I've put in the sound effects and kind of fine-tuned a lot of different mechanics. I've spent a lot more time than I probably needed to, but I was kind of enjoying myself, and like I said, I was just kind of fine-tuning things as best as I could. Uh, and the blueprints, I'm not really going to get into them anymore because at this point, they're just an insane disaster that there's no point in even trying to just get into any of this stuff. But all this stuff is done for when I switch characters, like the BP Laurie Strode blueprint. This isn't even what I'd necessarily just. It's not for Laurie Strode. It's for every survivor because they all need a injured logic, a downstate logic, how to use the flashlight and pick it up. So when I copy it over, all this is going to copy over. Same with Michael Myers and all his stuff, which was a bit tricky to get working. I've also added kind of a hook animation that you'll see later. It's really ghetto, but it works. It looks like she's getting hooked and everything. So we're just going to jump right into the map here. And right away, you'll notice Michael Myers' terror radius music and his breathing. I'm just gonna turn that audio up for the sake of this demo here. Otherwise, it'd be a little more normalized, like a Dead by Daylight. But like I said, just turn it up for the audio, or for the sake of the demo here. But let's run away from him and go to the flashlight. What I did with the flashlight here is I've just gone and plugged in the Dead by Daylight sound effects for when you turn it on and off. And I also set a battery limit for the flashlight, so after 10 seconds it destroys the actor. Just like that. Now, why don't we go and get hit by Michael Myers here and see what happens. Now, she makes a scream and there's an initial blood splat on the ground when he first hits me. And then after that, every second, she's going to be leaving a blood decal on the ground, just like the game, kind of, so we could follow it a little bit. Kind of gives the same concept as the game. We'll try and run away and heal really quick. Now I've gone and put in a new animation and just added the healing sound effects. And now when you heal up, she won't be bleeding anymore, and she won't be making those the sounds of being injured. I forgot to mention that when we get hit again. So not only will she be bleeding our survivors, but they'll be making injured sound effects every 5 seconds. She'll be making those little girly injured sound effects. And the sound effects of her being injured are just on a random cue. There's a couple different ones. Let's just cycling through them. So before I show you what I have going on with the hooks, why don't we go get the flashlight again? Now that we have the sound inputted here, and show you what it's like when we flashlight Michael Myers. Or just any killer for that matter. That's actually the sound effect he makes when he gets stunned by a pallet, but I've just gone and put it in there as an indication that he's blinded, along with the sound effect. And the last thing here is what I've decided what happens when you get downed with an item is the item just gets destroyed when you get downed. I kind of like that logic. It kind of keeps things simple for me too in the blueprint. So I'll always see what happens when he picks me up here. It's not the best, but I got it to look decent. You get what's going on. Oh, I know, just when I was getting to the good part. Yeah, I didn't put anything for a hook yet, really. Yeah, I wasn't even really going to put in anything like that. That just so happened to be something I tried out, and then it just kind of worked. So maybe if I find a little hook animation, I'll have her be on the hook like that. And this was just a little ghetto hook that I made as an example. And, just in case anyone's wondering what the logic is behind me getting picked up and just taken to the hook. Basically, what at the start of the game, this Laurie Strode right here in his arms, she's gonna go into that animation of being carried, and she's gonna be invisible. Okay. Now, when I get downed and go into the down state, and he walks over to me, when he walks over to me, my actual character, the actor, is destroyed, and then this one on his shoulders, she becomes visible. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? So my actual the other Laurie Strode is there in the game right now. She's just on his shoulders and she's not visible. Now when I'm down here, the second he comes over to me on success, my character is going to be destroyed. And the camera is going to switch to the one behind his back right here. And that Laurie Strode is going to become visible. It's all very strange. It's kind of like a fake, it's a very fake way of getting over there. It's kind of ghetto, but it's a pretty cool concept of what I had, and like I said, it works just for the story mode I'm going to be making, so just to show you what I got going on with that. Well, last but not least, how could I forget the generator, right? Well, there's not much to say about it. You know, it's not as simple as you think putting in the sound effects for this. It's not one or two sounds just being played. It's also not as simple as just going in the game and recording the sound effect, especially when it has to be updated when I'm repairing it, and it has to be able to update when I'm stepping on and off. So doing all that with the sound effect is really hard, and what I've set up here is you're either gonna laugh or think it's a little lame. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you what I got now that everything's done from start to finish with the gens. I'll just go and walk away from there so you can hear it from afar. It sounds better from further away, to be honest, than up close. Kind of sounds like a clunky piece of crap. It sounds like crap, I know. And you can just hear the complete sound effect, and then the sound attenuation with the generator when you just run around. You can just hear it done and complete. Leave me alone, Michael Myers, right? Well, guys, that's it for this one. In the next video, I'll probably set up the other characters and maybe mess around with the hook a little better. See if we can get something going with that. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Catch you later.